Hello, welcome to UPSC PYQ Chronicles. This is the series on environment, where we'll be discussing all the questions which are being asked by UPSC in various examinations. And this is the 12th video in this series. And the topic of the day is ozone and greenhouse gases. So let's get started. Ozone hole is a region over. It is the region over Antarctic, which is caused by CFC gases. Most ozone gases, about 90%, is located in the atmosphere layer of it is the stratosphere. Which one among the following is responsible for formation of the ozone hole in the stratosphere? It is the chlorofluorocarbons. Which one of the following is not a main greenhouse gas? Water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane are greenhouse gases, whereas oxygen is not. Which one among the following is not responsible for greenhouse gas effect? It is the nitrogen which is not responsible for greenhouse gas effect, whereas water, carbon dioxide and the chlorofluorocarbons are responsible for the greenhouse gas effect. Ozone layer of Earth's atmosphere is important for living organisms because it prevents the entry of the UV rays into it. The ultraviolet solar radiations are largely absorbed by oxygen and the ozone. Which one among the following substance is not a greenhouse gas? It is the nitrogen. Which greenhouse gas has the maximum average residence time in the atmosphere? It's N2O. Which one of the following greenhouse gases is in largest concentration in the atmosphere? It is the carbon dioxide. Which one among the following atmosphere gases filters out most of the ultraviolet radiations of the sun? It is the ozone. Which one of the following is a greenhouse gas? It is the carbon dioxide, whereas oxygen, helium and nitrogen are not the greenhouse gas. Ozone layer, which absorbs the ultraviolet radiation, is found in which one of the following layers of the atmosphere? It is been found in the stratosphere. Carbon dioxide is called the greenhouse gas because it absorbs the infrared radiations. The most familiar form of radiant energy in sunlight that causes tanning and the sunburning of a human skin is called the ultraviolet radiation. Ozone holes are more pronounced at the poles. Ozone layer present in the atmosphere protects the life on Earth by not permitting harmful radiations present in the sunlight to penetrate through it. Ozone layer is formed by the reaction of the solar ultraviolet rays on the oxygen. Which one of the following processes would explain ozone losses in the atmosphere? The CFCs and the UV radiations, large winter circumpolar winds to form the ice crystals, singlet oxygen atoms and the chlorine monoxide. These all are the reasons for the ozone losses in the atmosphere. The crew and the passengers of the flying aircraft suffer generally from the chronic obstructive pulmonary disease due to the effect of the ozone concentration. The absorptions of the insolations, the most significant part is played by the ozone. When heat rays are reflected from earth, gases like carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide do not allow them to escape back to the space, causing our planet to heat up. These gases are known as greenhouse gases. Consider the following: aerosols, foam agents, fire retardants, lubricants. In the making of how many of the above are hydrofluorocarbons used? It is only 3 of them which are being used. Lubricants are not being used. The losses of the ozone layer has serious implications for the quality of the environment because the ozone protects organisms from the UV rays. The principle of the common but differentiated responsibilities and the respective capabilities often talked about in the media is referred to the reduction of the greenhouse gases emission. Presence of ozone in the atmosphere is important because it absorbs the ultraviolet B radiations only. A greenhouse gas is any gas in the atmosphere which absorbs and re-emits heat and thereby keeps the planet's atmosphere warmer than it otherwise would be. Yes, this is absolutely correct statement. In the Earth's atmosphere, water vapor is one of the main greenhouse gases. This is also a correct statement. But statement 2 is not the correct explanation for the statement 1. Which one of the following statement with regards to ozone is not correct? Ozone is found mostly at the 15 to 55 kilometers in the atmosphere. Yes, this is correct. Ozone is produced by the gaseous chemical reaction. This is also correct. 16th November is declared as the International Day for Ozone Preservation of the Ozone Layer. This is wrong because it is 16th September and not November. Ozone is a form of oxygen in which 3 oxygen atoms are bounded together. This is also correct. Which one of the following zones of the atmosphere is rich in ozone gases? It is the stratosphere. Which one of the following greenhouse gases is man-made? It is the chlorofluorocarbons, which has been man-made. Which one of the following gases is colorless, with strong odor, irritates mucous membranes at the common level, can cause cough, fatigue, and the interference with the lung function at the high concentration? It is the ozone. With reference to refrigerants, consider the following statement. Hydrofluorocarbons can be the alternatives to the ozone destroying chlorofluorocarbons in refrigeration. Yes, this is a correct statement. Hydrofluorocarbons do not have any global warming potential. This is wrong because they do have a global warming potential. So only one becomes correct. Which one of the following are the sources of methane, a greenhouse gas? Domestic animals, coal mining, wetland. It is all of these which are the sources for the methane, a greenhouse gas. Which one among the following is not a greenhouse gas? Methane, ozone, chlorofluorocarbon are greenhouse gases, but whereas sulfur dioxide is not. The depletion in the atmospheric ozone layer in the last century was due to because of the chlorofluorocarbons. Which one of the following is not a greenhouse gas? It is the carbon monoxide, which is not a greenhouse gas. Which one of the following greenhouse gases is man-made? It is the chlorofluorocarbon, which has been man-made. Consider the following statement. Ozone is mostly found in stratosphere. This is correct. Ozone layer lies 55 to 75 kilometers above the surface of the earth. This is wrong. It is 15 to 55 kilometers. Ozone absorbs ultraviolet radiations from sun. This is also correct. Ozone layer has no significance for life on earth. This is wrong statement because it has some significance for the life on the earth. So 1 and 3 becomes the answer. Ozone depletions are mostly harmful to the biological systems in the variety of ways. Yes, this is a correct statement. Ozone depletion in stratosphere deals to the loss of the filtering ability of the UV light. This is also correct, and this statement is a correct explanation for statement 1. Ozone is produced naturally by the action of the ultraviolet radiations on oxygen molecule, that is O2, in the upper atmosphere. Yes, this is correct statement. Ozone depletion has been caused by the release of the chlorofluorocarbons into the atmosphere. Yes, this is also a correct statement, but this is not the correct statement for this. Which one among the following statement is true with regards to greenhouse gas? The correct statement here is the shorter wavelength infrared radiations from the sun can enter into the greenhouse gas, while the longer wavelength infrared radiations from the ground and the plant inside the greenhouse gases cannot pass back out through the glasses. This is the correct statement. Chlorine radicals initiate the chain reaction for the ozone depletion. This is a correct statement. gaseous hypochlorite acid and the chlorine are photolyzed by the sunlight. This is also correct statement, and this is a correct explanation for statement 1. Consider the following statement regarding the depletion of the ozone layer. Excessive release of the chlorine and the bromine in the environment from the man-made components such as chlorofluorocarbon. This is a correct statement. Occurrence of certain natural phenomena such as the sunspots and the stratospheric winds. This is also correct statement. Degradation of the materials by the ultraviolet radiation. This is the wrong statement. Major volcanic eruption. This is also one of the reasons. So 1, 2 and 4 becomes the answer. Global warming is a cause for climate change. This is absolutely right. Ozone depletion will cause the global warming. This is also correct. But ozone depletion will cause the global warming is not the correct explanation. For global warming is the cause for climate change. Consider the following statement. Chlorofluorocarbons, known as the ozone depleting substance, are used. They are used in the production of plastic foams. Yes, they are being used. In the production of the tubeless tires, no, they are not being used here. In cleaning of certain electronic components, yes, they are being used here. As pressurizing agents in the aerosol cans, yes, these are being also used here. So 1, 3 and 4 is the answer. Why are government on various countries finding it difficult so far to agree on the ways and means to limit the greenhouse gases? Because they fear the measure to reduce greenhouse gas emission will have the negative effects on their economy. Yes, this is absolutely right. The developing nations regards mandatory limits on their emissions as attempts by many richer countries to hobble their progress. This is also correct. So both 1 and 2 are correct. Which of the following statements regarding ozone layer within the atmosphere is correct? It absorbs most of the ultraviolet radiations found in the sun rays. Yes, this is correct statement. Chlorofluorocarbons are the serious threat to the ozone layer. This is also correct. So both 1 and 2 are correct. Consider the following statements regarding ozone. It is continuously being produced and destroyed. Yes, this is a correct statement. It helps to sustain life on Earth. This is also correct. It is found in the atmosphere through photochemical reactions. This is also correct. So 1, 2 and 3 are the answer. Which of the following statements regarding ozone layer within the atmosphere is correct? It absorbs most of the ultraviolet radiations found in the sun rays. This is a correct statement. Chlorofluorocarbons are serious threat to the ozone layer. This is also a correct statement. So both 1 and 2 are correct. Consider the following statement about the chlorofluorocarbons. CFCs remain inert in the troposphere but slowly diffuses into stratosphere. This is a correct statement. CFCs in the upper atmosphere are subjected to UV radiations generating free radical chlorine that immediately reacts with ozone to form the radical called the chlorine monoxide. Yes, this is also a correct statement. Each CIO can initiate a series of chemical reactions leading to the destruction of the ozone layer. This is also a correct statement. So the question says how many of the statements given above are correct. It is all the 3 which are being given are correct. What is the major role of the greenhouse gases that contribute to the temperature rise of the Earth's surface? It is that it lets incoming sunlight passes through, but it stops the outgoing radiations. Which one of the following is not correct in the context of a greenhouse gas effect? Nitrogen and oxygen are poor absorbers of the shortwave solar radiations. Yes, this is a correct statement. Clouds are poor absorbers of the Earth's radiation. No, this is wrong statement because they are good absorbers. The most Earth's radiation that escapes to space is in the narrow band of 8 to 13 micrometers. This is also a correct statement. More than 70% of the atmospheric radiant energy is directed back to the surface. This is also a correct statement. Which of the above are the sources of the methane, a major greenhouse gas? Rice fields, coal mining, domestic animals, wetlands. It is all of these which are the major source of the greenhouse gas. Ozone is a triatomic molecule of oxygen. This is a correct statement. Ozone is concentrated mainly in the stratosphere. This is also a correct statement. Ozone being in the stratosphere is not the reason for it to be a triatomic. So this is not the correct explanation for the statement 1. So your answer becomes B. The formation of the ozone hole in the Antarctic regions has been a cause of concern. What could be the reason for the formation of this hole? It is the presence of the prominent polar front and the stratospheric clouds and the influx of the chlorofluorocarbons. Which one of the following statements with regards to the greenhouse gas effect is correct? It can take place inside a glass chamber where short wavelength infrared radiations can pass through it and long wave infrared radiations cannot pass through it. Yes, this is the correct explanation for a greenhouse gas effect. And with this, we complete all the questions which are being asked by UPSC on the topic of ozone and greenhouse gas. Thank you.